guys, it is Sahara back with another thrift haul. This is a thrift haul from my regular Goodwill. So I paid $101 for these items total, and I was pretty happy with what I got today. I am trying to branch out and learn new menswear brands because I feel like I have most women's wear pretty down, so now I'm trying to learn menswear and branch out more into that because I feel like menswear items can sell faster, and I just feel like they're maybe not as saturated as women's. Not that I'm seeing it's oversaturated, because I feel like if you're finding the right brands, the right items, the right sizes and styles in those brands and stuff, I think there is always plenty to resell. There are plenty of items and brands out there with excellent sell-through rates. So anyways, let's get right into the haul, guys. Let me show you what I got today. It's super exciting, some of the stuff I found. Alright, that's a set. So first up here is a pretty obvious pickup. This is a Carhartt extra large button-down shirt. It's got the little logo here. In excellent condition. And I'm not quite sure what this will go for because I haven't sold a lot of these, but I paid $7 for it. I'm hoping obviously maybe $25 to $30. It is in excellent condition, but I'm not really sure how their button-ups do. I'll try to put some comps on the screen, but it does take a lot of time to do that. So let me know, guys, does it help you a lot if I put the comps on the screen, or will you just do the research yourself and find out the comps? Let me know what you think. So this was a new to me menswear brand I just learned recently. So like I said, I am always educating myself. It's called Travis Matthew, and they make polo shirts, golf polos and stuff. I'm sure they make other things, but that is the main thing I have heard about from this brand. I paid $5.99 for this. Not sure what it'll sell for yet. I did not look at the comps on any of this stuff. When I'm in the thrift store, a lot of times I have my son with me, and he'll be using my phone to watch a show or something like that, and he'll just be so tired out by the end of being in the thrift store that I will sometimes just, if I have a good feeling about the item, I will just go ahead and leave, and I won't necessarily look up the comps. So that is the life of a mom reseller. So the next one is Soft Surroundings. I absolutely love this brand. I hope you can read that. This is a little cropped open jacket blazer kind of thing by the brand. It's embroidered. It's got beading on it and stuff. Really pretty navy blue color. It's in a size large. Soft Surroundings is an excellent brand. I love finding it at the bins, and I will also usually pay up for it at the regular Goodwill too. And I will hopefully get $25 for this. And I paid $5.99 for that one. So if you don't live near a Goodwill bins like I do, this will hopefully be a better example of things you can pick up at a more expensive thrift store. So the next up is a Chico's size 2, which would be a large in Chico's cardigan. This is a long cardigan, which was part of why I picked it up. I felt like it was more substantial. It also is just this really pretty glittery kind of gold stripe color. I feel like that's so pretty. So I just figured this was worth grabbing, especially since it was only $5.99. And I'm hoping to get more $30 for that. Alright, next up, I got some NYDJ jeans. These are the Barbara boot cuts in a size 6. I sell NYDJ jeans a lot, but I actually never looked up how much they retail for, and they retail for $100 or more. So no wonder they're a good reselling item. These were $5.19. I believe I sold this style before, the Barbara boot cut, so I was pretty confident grabbing those. The next item is a pajama set. It is a Life is Good extra large pajama set. I thought this was so cute. I was gonna keep it for myself before I noticed it was a little too big. It's in like brand new condition. So adorable. And this was $5.99, which I thought was pretty reasonable. Life is Good has a really good sell-through rate. I mean, they don't sell for a lot for like the basic t-shirts and stuff, but just because it almost has like 100% sell-through rate practically, you can, like, you're safe paying like $4 or $5 at the store for it to flip it for 18 to 20 in just a couple of weeks usually. So personally, I don't mind picking stuff up like that. Okay, the next item was a really cool find, but I don't know if it's authentic, because literally the day before I felt like I was listening to a reselling podcast, and they were talking about someone had picked up a jacket, I believe by this brand, and it wasn't authentic. So this is by the brand Arc'teryx, and they seem to sell for a lot, like $50 to $60 at least. So I figured it was worth the chance. I paid $7 for it. It's in a women's extra small. I will definitely have to do my research and see. It's like a lightweight windbreaker jacket. I mean, the tags looked authentic from what I could tell, but I'm not sure. I've never picked up this brand before. I was just really excited to see it because I've heard a lot of resellers talk about it, so I figured it was worth the chance, and we will see. It doesn't feel like super crazy high quality material or anything, but it doesn't feel like super cheap either. It's like in the middle, you know? So I just don't know what to expect from that brand because I've never come across it. Right, the next item was the New to Me brand too. I just thought that this looked interesting with like the style name and stuff, so I looked it up. These are Lori Felt Silky Baby Bell with Vital Stretch Technology. When I see all of that effort into describing a style name on jeans or something, it makes me want to look it up. And I'm glad I did. I paid $5.19 for these. They have a really good resale rate. Like almost, I think they were close to 100% resale within 90 days. So that is awesome. And they weren't going for a lot. They were going for like 20 to 25. So, but I'm more like the sell-through rate is what is really important to me personally. This next item is a Lacoste button-up shirt, and this is in a 4XL, which is an awesome size. Kind of the bigger the better when it comes to sizing in a lot of brands. It's got the little logo, looks like an alligator or crocodile. I've never found this brand before. I've heard about it, so I was excited to find it, and I think I paid $5.99 for this one. So I will be interested to see what that goes for. It's my first time selling this brand. If you want to be successful reselling, you need to constantly be educating yourself and staying up with new brands. Just always learning. There's always more to learn. There's like thousands and thousands, I feel like, of clothing and shoe brands out there, if that's the niche you're going to be in or whatever other niche you're going to be in. There's so many things out there. So you should always be educating yourself. You should always be researching. You should be learning about what's in style this year, what's trending, all those different things. And that is how you're going to be successful at this business. If you are just starting out and you're like, well, I can't do that because I go in my thrift store and I don't find anything good. Trust me, I felt the same way somewhat when I first started. Like, I almost gave up reselling at points in the very beginning because I felt like, oh, all I can find is like really cheap stuff that I can only flip for like $5 to $10. Like, how could this be worth doing long term or build a business around? But I realized that the only reason I was only finding those items is because that's the only brands I knew. Like, I only knew lower end mall brands or stuff. Sure, I might have known like a handful of better brands, but really most of the stuff I sell are all brands that I had to learn as a reseller. Like, I did not know those brands before I started reselling. So always be educating yourself, and always be educating yourself on what can sell good within a brand. So like LL Bean, like this is an LL Bean button up. Not everything LL Bean is worth picking up or paying $5 for. Like, their fleece jackets seem to sit a lot, but this is the signature fit line. It's a green men's button-up shirt really nice condition. I looked it up and they had a good sell-through rate. Hopefully get about $20 to $25 for that one. Okay, the next item is a Duluth Traders Wrinkle Fighter 2XL shirt. I looked this style and size up specifically. They had like a probably I think like 70% sell-through rate about, so that was good enough for me, and I'm guessing about 25 to 35 for that one. Duluth Trading Company is a pretty good brand. I've definitely sold them a few times. And the last item was another brand I never would have known when I first started reselling. Orvis. These are 100% linen women's pants in a size large. I might not have picked these up in like the fall or winter, but since it's summer and a lot of people are looking for 100% linen items this time of year, I figured they were worth getting. They're like a wide leg crop style. I have gotten in the habit with jeans and pants now that I almost, like when I first started reselling, I never did this, but I almost always take measurements now for pants and jeans, and I really recommend it, that you put measurements in your listing for the waist, flat across with measuring tape, the rise, and the inseam. Otherwise you will miss out on potential buyers, and you will also just have people asking you after the fact, and then you gotta like, I have a very large inventory, so if you're just starting out, it might not be such a problem, but then you gotta pull the item out, measure it, try to get back to the buyer in a prompt time to avoid them just buying the item from somebody else. So I just recommend doing it ahead of time, because you will have so many people ask you for the inseam measurement specifically. So yeah, that's what I got today. Let me know what you guys think of the haul. Nothing super amazing exciting besides maybe that Arc'teryx jacket if it winds up being authentic, but yeah, it was a good haul. I was happy to find new brands, happy to that like I'm learning things, and then I go to the store and then I find them, and I think that's so awesome. That's one of the funnest parts about reselling for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button, and if you're new, please subscribe to my channel. I post thrift hauls all the time, what sold, and I'm going to be bringing more and more content to help those who are new to reselling. So thank you guys. Have a blessed day.